Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Thursday, June 26th, and we are delighted to talk to you every day, Monday through Friday, about the things that matter to you most. The big changes in your life. Maybe it's just the small little, maybe around the edge changes, or maybe you're carrying around a financial burden. Maybe you're worried and you just need another set of ears and eyes on a situation. Mark and I are both certified financial planners, and we really think that this program is a way for us to put the focus on you. We're not selling anything. I mean, we are selling a little bit of stuff because we sell our $45 a year subscription service. But this program is really just about you, what's going on, and how we can help you out. So if you've got a question or something, again, it doesn't have to be a big thing, or you're confused about something in your financial life. Like, hey, someone tried to sell me a big insurance policy. Do I need that? I don't know. Or something just isn't sitting right. You just need a little bit of feedback. Go to jillonmoney.com. In the upper right-hand corner, click the Contact Us button. Write us a note. And if you'd like to join us live, all you need to do is check the box. Mark will do everything else. Now, while you're on the website, there's all sorts of fun things that are there. There's another podcast. It's called Money Watch that is released on the weekends. There are videos of my television appearances. We have a blog. We've got a newsletter. And when you click on the newsletter link, you'll be able to sign up for that newsletter. That's the Jill on Money Substack. And if you're on Substack, you can do it right there. So all sorts of fun things right there at the jillonmoney.com website. Okay, now back to you. Today, we are talking to Mrs. Minnie Mouse, and she's not from Orlando, but she did self-identify as a fan of Disney. Minnie joins us from Pennsylvania. Hello, Minnie. What's going on?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm super excited to be here. I said I was having a fangirl moment.
Oh, and there's only one way to go from here, and that is down. Okay, Minnie, where are
Yeah.
we? What's happening? What can we do for you?
Yeah, so I reached out to you guys because my husband hates his job
Oh,
and he's hated it for a really, really long time, and I don't want to see him so miserable.
hmm.
And so, one of the things that we have been targeting really since we were in our 20s was being able to retire at 55. But I just don't want him to have to, keep struggling through this career. And if he could get another job making about half of what he makes now, would that still keep us on track for retirement at 55,
Okay.
which was our goal. So
And Minnie, do you have kids?
we do. We have two kids.
How old are they?
One is 21, so he has one more year left of college. And my other one is also a rising senior. So they're both actually rising seniors, and she's going to be entering college next year.
Okay, so she's what, 18?
She's 17. Yep, she'll be
17.
18.
Okay.
Yep.
How have you paid for college?
So both of my kids have 529 accounts. They are both going to go to state schools, so their college is covered with what we have in the 529.
That makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How old are you guys?
I am 47
Mm-hmm.
and my husband is 48, but I always say that he's a year and a half older than me, and
Oh,
I always use the year and a half.
okay, that's good. So he's much older than you.
So
Um,
much older. Yeah.
Minnie, are you working?
Yes.
How much do you earn?
I my base salary is 238,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get bonus every year, which is around 50,000.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I also get 45,000 of restricted stock units every year,
Mm-hmm.
and 15,000 of those vest every year.
And you let them vest, you sell them, and you take the money and reinvest it?
I've kind of just let them sit.
Oh my. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That could be an interesting pile of money. How much is the hated job that Mickey has? How much does he earn?
Makes 80,000.
Oh, it's tough to hate a job at 80. I feel like we can
Yeah.
find something else for him to do. So what we really want to look at is what would happen if he made 40, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's do a couple of other things. You own a
Okay.
home?
Yes.
How much is the house worth?
The house is worth 420,000.
Is there a mortgage outstanding?
No.
Oh, that makes so no mortgage and college is funded. That's good. And you're going to
Correct.
stay in this house, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And any rental property?
Nope.
Okay. Let's talk about the money you've squirreled away. So
Okay.
for his hated job, that $80,000 hit. Does he have a retirement account there?
So that'll be one of my questions for you.
Hmm.
He bounced around a bit since COVID. He was laid off during COVID, got another job, then that was downsized, got another job. So where he landed right now is a very tiny company,
Hmm.
and they do not offer any retirement plans.
Okay. But does he have money from previous
He
plans?
does, and it is 100,000.
Okay. Got it. All right. What about you?
I have 1.04 million.
How about if we just say 1 million? And is that Roth or pre-tax?
It's a 401k.
Hmm.
I do contribute 25% of my salary. I've been doing that for a long time.
Hmm.
And the company does the automatic, like mega backdoor Roth
Oh,
IRA thing.
yeah. So
So,
does that million include that mega backdoor?
correct.
It does.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think
So
that's
some of
total. Yeah,
some of it is Roth and some of it is pre-tax.
correct.
I
Yes.
got you. Okay. Do you have any old retirement accounts anywhere else?
I do not. I've never worked anywhere else.
You like where you work. Okay.
Yep.
Do you guys have any investments in a brokerage account, for example?
I think I've heard, since I've been listening to you, the word brokerage account enough. I did just open one, but
Hmm.
just opened about a
Okay.
month ago. So
And where did you do that?
through Fidelity, because
Okay.
that's where my
Great.
retirement stuff
Did
is.
you
So
put any money in there yet?
a couple $100. Yeah.
Okay, just to open. Great.
Yeah, just to open. We have a CD that has 100,000, and we have cash that's 100,000.
Great.
And then those stocks that I was telling you about that,
Now,
oh,
RSUs, hold on a
RSUs.
second.
Yeah.
So, restricted stock units. Okay, everyone listening, you get a restricted stock unit. It's given to you as like a chunk. Like, here is a restricted unit, and then a certain amount vests over time. And so, some amount over time every year, as you said, it was 15 grand a year that vests. So, now you have unvested and vested RSUs. What
Hmm.
I'm interested in is what is the vested RSU value, because that's what we know we could get our hands on quickly.
140,000.
Okay, got it. I'm not asking you the name of the company for public, but is it
Okay.
is it a good company? Do you feel comfortable about this company that you're the only company you've worked at for your whole life?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So this is what we have. We've got the husband hates his job, making 80, wants to make 40. Minnie likes her job. She makes, let's call it 290 with bonus. I'm not including the RSUs, 290. And you make a big contribution, a 25% contribution into retirement. Now, here's your big question, I guess, and that is if you don't count the money that you're saving, if we just look at how much money you spend, do you know that number?
Yes, it's 10,000 a month.
Okay.
I believe that that will go down
So
as
you
my
say. So you say.
as my children launch.
Hmm.
But for now, that is the number.
Okay. If we look at what your future income will be, let's call it $330,000. Your question is, hey, Jill, can we do this? $10,000 a month out of 330. The answer is yes. The question is, can you continue to save as much as you are saving and stay on track for your retirement goal? And I think that it's not like a slam dunk. And I'm going to tell you why. Because 55 is coming up. I'm wondering whether you would be able to work longer, especially him, if you knew he liked his job. Like, could you stay on track a little bit longer? How do you think that would land with each of you? Because you said 55, probably because he's hated his job for a while.
Well, it's also me. I don't hate it, but I would like to just be done at 55 if I
Well, then
can.
what?
I don't know. We have visions of traveling, or I'd probably work part-time at a bakery. I've always wanted to do that. Just, not what we're doing. It's a
Dude,
bit of a grind.
that sounds freaking hellish,
Yeah.
but okay. Whatever. Whatever.
I do have a pension.
Oh, hold on
Um,
a second. I want to hear
okay.
about that. Pension. Tell us about the pension.
So my company does offer a pension, and I
Mm-hmm.
did model that based on three different ages.
Mm-hmm.
So at 55, I
Yeah.
have two options, one which is a lump sum, and
No.
one I just Okay. And one is the 100% survivor
Yeah, how
rate.
much is
So
that?
those are the two. That is $4,284.
Okay, so you retire at your age 55. That pension is payable at 55, or do you have to delay it? Do you have to wait to take it?
Nope, payable at 55.
Okay, that's a huge difference. Okay, what's the next tier that you have for me?
So then I just went to 58,
Hmm.
and that goes to 5,188.
So here's what I got for you. Back of the envelope math. That pension's the game changer. Okay.
Okay.
Here's why. I took your 290. I said, okay, let's presume that you're socking away the money for you continue putting money away for the 401k and the back door, which is essentially like $72,000. It's a lot of money that's coming out of your salary. Okay.
Hmm.
I think you can keep maxing out what you're doing. And I think you'll be able to have your $10,000 a month of spend. It's not going to be like you have tons of extra money. You're just not. It's going
Okay.
to be okay that you'll make the 10. You may not be able to, you can't be doing 15. Like if 10 turns into 15, there's a problem. But
Okay.
you're fine at 10. 10, we can make this work. I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we work, you're 47, and
Hmm.
so you guys work until age 55. Hey, Mark, if she's got $1 million in the 401k and presume another 70 goes in every year, some of it is Roth, some of it is not. But can you give me a basic future value of that 401k, which is both Roth and pre-tax in 7 years?
I will say Fidelity does a little graph for me,
Yeah.
and they said in a below average market, it is 2.5.
Yeah. All right. So let's say I'll take 2.5 because that's like the money you're putting in and they're giving some growth rate. Let's downgrade the growth a little bit just
Okay.
because we want to make sure you feel comfortable. So
Yep.
let's say it's 2.3 in 7 years. Okay.
Yep.
That money that you have at age 55, and presumably what I hope can happen is that at your age 55, leaving the firm that you're working at, that you would be able to invoke the rule of 55.
I can. I checked.
Perfect. I love you. Okay. So now we know that you can start at age 55 taking the pre-tax portion of that 2.3 million. And when we look at it, do you think most of the million right now is that mostly in pre-tax right now?
Yes.
Okay. So that's fine. From age 55 until you collect Social Security, 67 or 70, you would look at the pre-tax number and you would pull money out. We have your income of pension, your pension income that if we did use that 55, 4,200, we have to get to 10,000. Again, these are all going to have to be inflated. You use your pre-tax money, you pull it out, that gets you there. Then when you claim Social Security, you and your husband claim Social Security at either 67 or 70, the money that you guys will have together, plus your pension and the money that you have in the 401k should get you where you want to go. It would be a slam dunk if markets are performing really beautifully. So if this is
Hmm.
10 years ago and you're today, you're like, oh, you remember we said 2.3, it's 3.3. I don't know what's going to happen for the next 10 years. I don't.
Right. Right.
So I think you're on track to do it. Does the number work so much better with those extra 3 years? Yeah. I mean, it's almost $1,000 a month. But
Yeah.
let's say you don't want to do it. Okay. So now we're back at 55. So what the other thing I think is important to do would be to sell your vested RSUs and pop it into your Fidelity brokerage account. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're going to take you have to pay tax on it. If they
Okay.
ask, do you want us to withhold taxes? Say yes.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're going to take that money and you're going to put it into your just opened Fidelity account. So now instead of having $200, you're going to have $140,200. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's going to be a supplemental way that you can have money grow for you. I'm not saying your company isn't great. I'm just saying you're accumulating RSUs all the time. Let's take some
Hmm.
money off the table. Let's diversify it and
Okay.
let's get another engine of growth for your future age 55 retirement. Okay. Don't have to do anything with the savings, the CD and the cash. It probably makes you feel comfortable. If you open since you've opened that Fidelity brokerage account and you have your 401k, tell me, how are you investing your 401k right now? Do you have some sort of combination of a stock index and a bond index? What do you have?
It is mostly stock, and that is one thing I probably should
Dude,
adjust.
pushing the pedal to the metal.
I know. I know.
I would say that because I mean, also we're talking to you. Stocks have been quite on a roller coaster this year. I
Right.
don't know where they're going to be, but I think it would be a shame to go through a real loss. Like if
Okay.
we saw, it is highly likely in the next 7 years that you will have a 20% loss in stocks at some point. Okay. It would suck if that happened as you were turning age 55. You will freak out. It's different absorbing loss when you know you're close to needing your money. So I would suggest that you would have less risk in the account that I knew I was tapping first. So in your 401k that has not yet been taxed, I might be like 70-30, 70
Yeah.
stocks, 30.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yep.
in the Roth one, you can go crazy. You're not touching that for a while. And in the brokerage account, I would probably also probably do like a more like 70-30.
That okay. I did do that for that
Okay,
one. Okay.
great. So that's what I think. And I think it works. How do you feel about this? Aren't you going to be happy to say to Mickey, you can get new gloves and go get a new job? What do you think? How are
He
you
will
feeling?
he will be thrilled. Yeah.
Do you think that works for you guys?
I think so. I did have two other questions for
Go.
you.
Go
If
for it.
okay. Okay. So one was, as I mentioned, his current tiny company, doesn't have a retirement option at all.
Yeah.
So we consolidated his previous IRAs into one, and
Hmm.
he's just been adding to that.
Fine.
Is that the best thing to do, or should we contribute instead to the brokerage account?
Uh,
Brokerage.
you want brokerage?
I see no benefit in putting money into a traditional IRA.
I mean, and they can't put money into a Roth because they make too much
Correct.
money. Well, he's got an IRA. Yeah, just do the brokerage. Do the
Brokerage.
brokerage.
Okay.
Yep. For
Okay,
now,
great.
you got plenty of money in your retirement. Okay. Next question.
Can you just explain why you don't like the lump sum option? I hear you always say pension, pension, pension monthly,
It's
but
not always, but I'm going to
okay.
tell you, in your case, I had a feeling. I mean, the lump sum is fine, but you guys are going to need stream of income
Yeah.
when you
Okay.
retire young. You definitely, you need that stream of income because it's a long time to get to Social Security. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
so I think that's yeah. I would absolutely do that.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I feel good. Thank you so much for talking through this with me.
How many
Super
times have you
helpful.
been to Disney World?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Really?
I couldn't even tell you.
Mark, how many times have you been to Disney World?
I've only been once in my life because I don't know why, but for some reason, when I was a senior in high school, that was the
Oh,
senior trip,
I was gonna. That's a common one. Yeah.
and I have not been back since. And the goal is to never go again.
Mark, you're gonna go. You're
Too
such a
funny.
you're gonna
I'll
you
go.
are gonna go.
I'll go, but it'll be in Paris or Tokyo.
Just to be clear, on the record, I went to Disney World the year it opened, which I think was like 1973.
1971.
1971. Thank you.
Yep.
So I was there. I think I was there the next year, 1972. And a very weird thing happened to me. I think that's a snort for you all. I'm just remembering this. Okay. So my grandparents took us. So we flew to Sarasota and or Tampa, and my grandparents picked us up and whatever. So I was, I don't know, in fifth grade or something. And my sister was in eighth grade or something like that, fourth and seventh grade. So my grandparents picked us up. We drive up to Orlando. There were only two hotels when the Disney first opened. There was the Cosmopolitan and the Polynesian. We stayed in the Cosmopolitan. This was like a
The
massive
Contemporary?
hotel. I mean, the Contemporary. Sorry,
Yeah.
the Contemporary. Thank you. Thank you. And they had this long hallway. And so we were going out like the first night, and I was running to the elevator to push the button. I'll never forget this. I wiped out on the carpet because it was so new, and I was wearing patent leather shoes. And I literally blew out my ankle. Like I had the
Oh,
worst sprain that like they were taped me up, and I spent my first trip to Disney World in a wheelchair. Now, the
no.
funniest thing about that is it worked out great because we cut every line. And they were like,
Yes.
"You're in a wheelchair. You can go to the front of the line." So we never
And it's
waited in a line ever.
and it's you and your whole party, right? So
Yeah. So it was my
it's nice.
grandparents. So
Yep.
also, I knew at an early age that I was not meant for theme park because my two favorite things that I remember about that trip that I loved was it's a small world after all, and and the Country Bear Jamboree, which I think is banned now because it's racist. I'm pretty sure. So those are my two things.
They redid it. Yep.
So that's it. And I went back one time in college for like 3 hours, and then I just went to Universal a few years ago on as a corporate spouse, which was the worst corporate event ever in the history of course, corporate events. So I too am thumbs down on Disney, but a lot of people in my family have gone and they've loved it. So Minnie, I wish you well at your next trip to Disney.
Thank you so much.
Much fancier now. Okay, if you guys want to tell your Disney adventures, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. And more importantly, if you have a rotten job or you have a spouse who has a rotten job and you want to help them find some other way out of that, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and maybe even buy my book, The Great Money Reset, because when people want to make big changes like this, we need to give them guardrails so they don't do it and blow up their previously articulated plan. So check that out. Hey, gang, you can subscribe to us here at Jill on Money on the Odyssey app, and you can also subscribe to our sister podcast, Money Watch, and you can do that at the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Listen, a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff right now. I want us to take a deep breath, and I want you to reach out to somebody and try to put hands on their back, like metaphorically or really. There are a lot of people who are going through stuff. Please, this is not a time to be mean to each other and divisive. Like, do something nice, okay? Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.